Hello, my friend. This is Peggy speaking. Today, we're not just going to talk about peace, we're going to talk about a truth that is a little harsh. At 91 years old, I have said goodbye to many friends and loved ones, and I've come to a painful realization. Most people don't stop early because their time has simply run out, but because they unknowingly nurture dangerous habits, habits they can't even name. They call them personality. They call them old habits, or worse, they call them just normal aging. But I'm here to tell you this: that pain, that confusion, that early exhaustion, it doesn't have to happen. It can be avoided if you know what you're up against. Today, I want to share with you 10 deadly traps that so many people over the age of 60 are falling into. We're not going to talk about distant theories. We're going to talk about what's happening right now in your living room, at your dining table, and inside your mind every single day. So take a warm sip of tea and let's look these truths straight in the eye together. Let's begin with the first trap, what I call the killer armchair. Here in America, I see many of my friends who are very diligent. They wake up early, go to the gym, or take a walk for exactly 1 hour. They come home feeling proud and tell themselves, "That's it. I've done my exercise for the day." And then they spend the next 10 hours sitting to read the paper, sitting to watch television, sitting to scroll on their phones. Listen to me. This is a hard truth. 1 hour of exercise cannot erase 10 hours of sitting. The human body was designed to move, not to fossilize on a soft cushion. When you sit for too long, your blood slows down like stagnant water in a ditch, and your muscles begin to fall asleep. I am 91 years old, and I never allow myself to stay seated for too long. I stand up to water my plants. I walk around to see what my cat Mildred is doing. Or I simply stand and stretch. Don't let your body freeze just because you believe you've completed your morning duty. That comfortable armchair, if you're not careful, can become the waiting room of death. The second mistake is sitting right there on your dining table. I still see many people well past 60 who continue to eat the same way they did when they were young, healthy, and working full-time. Breakfast becomes a few slices of white bread, a bowl of sugar-loaded cereal, and a glass of boxed orange juice. They believe in it because that's what advertisements from 30 years ago taught them. But my friend, a 60-year-old body is no longer the powerful energy-burning machine it was at 40. At this stage, sugar and refined carbohydrates are no longer fuel. They become rust, slowly damaging your blood vessels. Eating the wrong way after 60 is the fastest way to invite chronic illness into your home. I learned to say goodbye to those sweet addictions. I choose foods that are real, simple, and close to the earth. Remember this: your stomach is not a trash bin for outdated habits. And the third issue in this physical group, perhaps the most controversial of all, is sleep. There are two types of people I find deeply concerning. The first group proudly says, "I only need 5 hours of sleep to feel sharp. I'm just like those young CEOs. Oh, my dear friend, that isn't vitality. That is slow self-destruction. Sleeping too little is one of the fastest ways to shorten your lifespan and invite confusion far earlier than expected. The second group is the opposite. They lie in bed for a full 8 hours and call it sleep. But in reality, they toss and turn, wake up again and again through the night, and greet the morning feeling as if they've just returned from a battlefield. That is not rest. When your sleep is shallow, your brain never gets properly washed of the toxins that build up during the day. If you notice your memory beginning to slip, look closely at your sleep before blaming your age. Never underestimate the quality of your nights, because that is when your body performs its one true healing miracle, the kind no medicine can replace. Deep, dreamless sleep is the real elixir of youth, but the physical body is only half the story. Next, I want to tell you about killers even more dangerous. They're hiding right inside your thoughts. You know, I've watched many of my friends pass away just a few years after receiving their retirement papers, not because they were struck by a terminal illness, but because they had stopped living. The greatest tragedy of old age is not death. It is living without purpose. Many people treat retirement as the final destination, and once they arrive, they sit in an armchair and wait for the days to pass. They have no reason to get up in the morning. For me, that reason is sometimes very small. The sound of my cat Mildred asking for breakfast at 7 o'clock, or the task of writing down the name of a new sparrow that has come to visit. Listen carefully. When your mind believes that the mission is complete, your body will automatically switch into shutdown mode. Your cells lose their drive to renew themselves, and your immune system begins to give up. Never allow yourself to fall into a state of waiting. Find something that needs you, a garden, a community group, or a new skill. Give your body a reason to keep fighting alongside you. The second danger in the mind is even more deadly because it often wears a very pleasant name. I'm just a worrier. I see many people who treat worrying about their children, their health, or the future as part of who they are. They say, I worry all the time. It's just my nature. No, my friend, do not confuse personality with chronic stress. Every second you spend worrying, your body is being drenched in stress hormones like a sudden splash of cold water. Slowly and quietly, they damage your blood vessels, shrink brain cells, and steal away your deep sleep. Don't call anxiety your character. Call it what it truly is, a condition that needs healing. You were not born to worry yourself to death. Learn to let go. Worry does not make tomorrow better. It only drains the strength from today. And here is the final warning I want to give you in this section. Giving up. Never say things like, I'm old now, so aching legs are normal, or forgetfulness is just part of aging. The moment you accept decline as something normal, you officially open the door and invite death into your home. You stop looking for ways to improve. You stop moving, and you stop hoping. The most dangerous sentence of all is this: I've lived this way my whole life. I can't change now. You see, stubbornness is the grave of health. The world is changing. Medicine is advancing. And your body itself is changing every single day. So why would you stand still with outdated habits? I am 91 years old. I am still learning how to use a computer to speak with you. I still change my meals when I feel tired. Keep your mind flexible, because only when you still want to change are you truly still alive. Don't let yourself die at 60 and be buried at 80. The mind and the body may now be in order, but there is still one final killer left. This one doesn't attack the body or the thoughts. It attacks the soul. That killer is loneliness. You know, I often tell people this. I live alone, but I am not lonely. There is a very big difference between the two. Yet out there, I see so many people doing the opposite. Here in America, I watch friends of mine living in large, comfortable homes, yet the space inside is filled with a frightening silence. They hide their loneliness as if it were a flaw. They're afraid that admitting they feel sad or need someone to talk to will make them look weak or like a burden to their children. So they choose silence, offering a strange smile whenever someone asks how they're doing. But listen to me, science has proven, and I have witnessed it myself, loneliness kills faster than many chronic diseases. It damages the cardiovascular system and weakens the immune system even more quickly than smoking. Don't hide it. Admitting you're lonely is not weakness. It's honesty with your own soul. Don't let empty pride stand between you and the warmth of another human hand. And here's the most modern trap I see today. Many people spend their entire day watching television and scrolling on their phones. They listen to hundreds of voices on podcasts, see thousands of images online, and believe they are connected to the world. But what is the reality? Some people go an entire week without a single real conversation, no shared glance of understanding, no warm handshake, no laughter shared with a friend over a cup of tea. Virtual connection is like a fake meal. It makes you feel full, but your soul is still slowly starving for genuine care. Don't let yourself become a deserted island in a digital ocean. Pick up the phone and call an old friend just to ask, "How are you today?" Step over to a neighbor's home. Say hello and ask about the plants by their door. Real flesh and blood human connections are what nourish the life force within you. I've been able to do this at 91. I'm still enjoying every breath, every bird song, and every page I read each day. So you, at 60, can surely do even better than I ever could. Don't wait until you're completely drained to seek companionship. Connect now while you can still offer a smile. We've now faced the silent killers together. And before we part, I want to offer you something, a commitment, a promise you make to yourself, so you can step beyond the age of 80 with brightness and grace. My friends, those of you listening to me right now, we've just walked through a list that feels a little frightening, haven't we? But I want you to understand this. Turning 60 is not a finish line, and it is certainly not the end of the book. In truth, it is a new chapter, a beginning where you now have wisdom, experience, and the right to live for yourself. Don't let the 10 harmful habits we've just named steal 20 or 30 bright years that still lie ahead of you. Don't accept stopping at the so-called wall of 80, simply because you're afraid of change. Right now, as this program comes to an end, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Don't wait until tomorrow. Stand up from that chair immediately. Stretch your body long and slow so your blood can flow again. Step into the kitchen and prepare a meal that is truly healthy and fresh. And then pick up your phone and call someone you haven't spoken to in a long time, just to hear their voice. Find yourself a reason, no matter how small, to smile and to look forward to tomorrow morning. Live in a way that makes each day a gift, not something to be endured. You deserve a long life filled with meaning. Thank you for sitting here with me. Now go and live fully the most wonderful chapter of your life. Be well.